Hey guys, June block of the month here, and this is a funny little strip piece that we're doing for a flower. So the first thing is that you need 2.5-inch pieces for the middle, and if you have just strips, you can just use those and that will work out just fine. But this middle piece needs to be about 10 inches. And these two side pieces need to be about 7.5 inches. Your yellow piece about 4 inches, and your white piece, about 4 inches as well. This one I only did 1.5. And this one down here, the yellow, I did 2 inches. So just as long as you're kind of within range, because the point is to make a 6.5 by 6.5 inch square. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take these pieces and you're going to guess about the center. As long as you're almost about center, you should be fine. So just like this, and just sew it right along that edge, open it up, do the other side until you have strips. So I'll show you what the strips look like. And by the way, you need 4 of each of these, okay? So once you've got the 4, you should get something like this, and you can see that I've already pressed it as well. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to cut it, but what I think you should do first is you should put in your pencil lines. I know that's a little bit weird, but so my actual ruler is 6.5 all the way across, so I can kind of see where my lines. Okay, so then you can flip it over and you can put your ruler, if you have one like mine, and put it and find your other side, and you can see it gets kind of close. It's okay, and you can use those lines. Now if you don't have a ruler like this, don't you worry about it. Get a much bigger mat than what I'm currently using here, okay? And all you're going to do is you're going to find, so what you're going to do is you're going to find your middle piece, like as close as you can get here, and use one of these lines to draw your lines out. So draw them first, because look, if you don't, you might accidentally cut it so that it's a little bit small. But see, here's my line for this one. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my my ironing wool board in the way. And I'm looking for that 4-inch line. And then you can cut it, or actually first pencil in your line so that you get your square all the way around. Then use that line, and you could even cut that first one and you'd probably be okay. Let's see, I'm just cutting that off. And you could use that line to then take the next line and be like, okay, I need a right angle, and I'm going to try to make it as close to that 4 as I can. And I'm looking to make it straight with the other side. Okay. So see, even if I didn't have that pencil line, you could probably figure it out. And you'd figure it out much better than the way I'm currently doing it, which is on this teeny tiny little mat, which, don't get me wrong, is good for a lot of things. Now you do see that I do have a couple little holes here. As long as they're little, you'll be okay, and you can sew into them a bit. The point is you want a 6.5 by 6.5 inch square. So you just, as long as you can get that as close to that, and you can see if I just took this without my mat, the problem is I need a bigger mat for this to work. But if I wanted to just do it from my ruler, I could just take it like that and go like this. All right, guys, so this, it's a little bit crazy of a block, and the sewing part's really easy. It's the cutting part that takes a little bit of time. Hey guys, so I finished the cutouts, and you can see where like my pencil lines are. Those will wash out. I'm not worried about it, but I actually think I'm going to increase. It was pretty tight for me, and I felt like mine were pretty square. So what I think I'm going to do is increase the length of your strips to make sure that you are good. I think your coral strip is going to be fine at 10 inches, but these at 7.5, I would probably make them closer to 8.5 just to give you a little more wiggle room. Okay, so for putting this together, you're just gonna bring them over like this and sew them right along the edge. And there's that one. If you want it perfect, pin it. Mine are not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Okay, and our June block is done. You just need to add your leaf to the bottom of it. And mine's pretty far off, but I'm just gonna leave it. And it just depends on how you cut it. So if mine can be off, yours can be off too. And I feel great about it. If you are stressed about it and you really want it to be perfect, just cut another block. It's such a quick block to put together that it's really not that big of a deal to, you know, cut out this one piece and redo the strips. So anyway, that's your June block. And make sure and subscribe to the channel if you want more quilt tutorials. And if you need the PDF for this, it's at KarinaGardner.com.